Apollo 13 was a lunar mission conducted by NASA and launched on April 11, 1970. While the men did not make it to the moon, the mission was considered a successful failure because NASA was able to bring back astronauts Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and Fred Haise after a catastrophic accident. The movie version made in 1995 was made primarily for entertainment and thus did not completely follow the events of what actually happened.
Hey, we've got a problem here.
What did you do?
Nothing, I stirred the tanks.
Whoa. Hey.
This is Houston. Say again, please?
Houston, we have a problem.
The famous line, "Houston, we have a problem," was uttered by actor Tom Hanks in the movie, but no such records of astronaut Jim Lovell ever saying this exist. Transcripts from the actual mission audio show that Jack Swigert told Mission Control, "I believe we've had a problem here," followed by Jim Lovell saying, "Houston, we've had a problem." This was a minor dialogue mistake that actually turned into one of the most memorable lines in the movie, and other events in this scene, such as oxygen tank number 2 exploding after being stirred, and the master alarm going off first, actually did happen.
CMC mode. On the computer.
Ken,
Go ahead.
is your computer on now?
Up and running. How do we look? John?
I think we got it, buddy.
This scene shows Ken Mattingly working out a solution to the power crisis using a simulation spacecraft at base. Mattingly was supposed to be on board Apollo 13, but was replaced by Jack Swigert after being exposed to the measles by backup crew member Charlie Duke. In reality, this did happen, but Mattingly did not devote all of his time on Earth in the simulation. Instead, he worked with several different teams and used the simulation to confirm written evidence rather than discover new procedures to take.
That's me. Round.
A little more, come on,
That's
baby.
it. Hold it. Hold it. Damn it. 6, back. That's it. Hold it. Steady. Steady. 9. Shut down. Houston, we have shutdown.
The final course correction was one of the most important parts of getting the astronauts home. The course computer had to be shut down in order to conserve power, so Jim Lovell had to aim the rocket manually. In the movie, the burn is aimed directly towards Earth. In reality, the burn was aimed slightly away from Earth so that they could enter the atmosphere at a shallower angle of re-entry and increase the probability of the heat shield working.
Flight, we're still shallowing up a bit in the re-entry corridor. It's almost like they're underway.
Now, how could they be underweight? We didn't land on the moon. Rocks, that's a firm.
One more thing, Jim. While Jack's working on the power-up, we'd like you and Fredo to transfer some ballast over the command module.
Say again, Houston. Ballast.
That's a firm. Well, you got to get the weight right. We were expecting you to be toting a couple 100 pounds of moon rocks.
The incorrect re-entry angle wasn't caused by the missing weight of moon rocks. It was instead caused by an unknown force coming from the lunar module as it emitted water vapor into space. The lunar module would have already been detached under standard protocol, but it was needed to continue providing oxygen for the astronauts on board. The mistakes that the movie version of Apollo 13 made were rather small and fairly hard to catch. Director Ron Howard even hired astronaut Jim Lovell to work on set and make sure everything was as accurate as possible. The zero-gravity scenes in the movie were even filmed on the actual plane that NASA uses to train astronauts. Overall, Apollo 13 was an exceptional interpretation of the actual mission.